What's up, y'all? It's your boy AJ, and we are back with another live stream. Today, we are going to be talking about Stranger Things Season 4 full spoiler discussion. So, if you have not seen Stranger Things Season 4, Volume 1 and 2, you're gonna have to, you're gonna hear some spoilers. So, either leave, come watch it, come back, So, we're gonna dive into it. So, I'm excited for this. And so let's go. Okay, today I have my lovely wife Stacy with me. In season 3, back in 2019, I believe it dropped. We did each episode. We reviewed each episode one by one, but this time we said, since they're breaking it up into 2 parts, the episodes are really long. So let's just do one big live stream at the end of the entire season. And that's what we did. So we're gonna get into this. Let's see what people are saying in the comments. Jason Carr, Nerd Talk MVP in the building, says, I wish I could attend. I'll be at the theater watching Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. I'll catch it back on the replay. Okay. Last Crusade, that's dope. That you're seeing that in the theaters. I wish that I could see it in the theaters. I don't think it's playing here. Luke Review says Harrington lives. Yes, Harrington lives, and we'll get all into that. That's Kayla. What's up? Hi, it says Kayla using Josh's account. Nice. I don't know if you watched all of it. Did she watch it?
Probably.
Okay.
We will be spoilers.
We're talking about spoilers. So if you are hesitant on spoilers, you might want to watch it first. But anyway,
some people don't care.
Yeah, some people don't care. But so we're gonna just start. I wanted to talk about how this season was set up. It's very different than how we usually get our seasons of Stranger Things on Netflix. It dropped 7 episodes, and like an hour and a half, 50-minute, episodes. Yeah. And then volume 2 just dropped
a month later.
Yeah, like a month later.
Yeah.
And it dropped on Friday. And 2 episodes. One was about an hour and a half, and one was 2 hours and a half. For me personally, I wouldn't say that I was worried, but I was thinking, how are they going to do this? Basically, how are they going to have these episodes so long and make everything in them interesting, entertaining, and go towards the end result, the finale?
Yeah.
And personally, I think they did an okay job. There were definitely things that did linger and drag. What'd you think?
I don't know if it was all the long episodes were necessary. I feel like some of the episodes really could have been just an hour and it would have been fine. But it did lead to where it had more depth for the characters, and you kind of got to see each storyline thoroughly, which is good, because sometimes you don't get that in other shows. They will cut one storyline short and they will extend another one. So this time you really got to see everyone's storyline really play out.
Yeah.
I don't know if all the storylines were really equal in being entertaining. I think each had their own element that obviously contributed to the story, but was everything really that important? I don't know. The Russia stuff, I could have really had that skimmed back some, because that to me wasn't as interesting to the story.
I'd say the Russia stuff for me as well. It didn't hit me as hard as some of the other storylines.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get into how everything was split up and things like that. Yeah. But I just wanted to talk about the episodes, how they were released, how it's just kind of interesting the way they did that.
I didn't really mind the volume 1, volume 2 split off. I didn't really mind that as much, because it does kind of let you space out your watch time. if you really do want to like watch it week to week or however you want to split it up, you're not feeling like you're missing out. Because in the past with Stranger Things, if you didn't watch it all in one weekend, you would go to work on Monday and everybody's talking about what happened, and you're like, I don't want to hear that. Or on social media.
Social media, even more.
Even worse. Like I don't really have social media, but I do have YouTube, and I was on YouTube and I saw a spoiler on YouTube. I was like,
wait, what was the spoiler?
It was when Chrissy died. I was like, wow, like
oh,
I don't even know this
you
character.
Watched the first episode.
So yeah, it was before I watched the first episode. So I was just like, wow, like you can be spoiled anywhere.
Wake up, Chrissy. I don't like this.
I didn't even realize what that was.
Yeah, so I did like the way that they split it up into 2 parts.
Yeah.
The biggest thing for me was the length of the episodes.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, was like some things will get focused on more. Like in the past, some things will be focused on more than others, but everything pretty much had the same, screen time.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I love that. The Russia stuff was kind of the weakest point for me too.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm still kind of up in the air with that. I'm gonna check out the comments in a second here. But yeah, like I did like how it's broken into 2 volumes because I feel like whenever we watch Stranger Things, whenever a new season comes out, it's like we talk about it for like 1 week and then it's done.
Yeah.
So now there's some buzz. We've been talking about it for about 3 months now, and it's kind of cool. It's nice.
I kind of like that too.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. Kayla says she did watch it. Nice. Cool. Luke Ponto says, "What's up, AJ and Stacy? What's going on, Luke? Thank you for entering the chat." Luke Reviews says they should do something similar release-wise for season 5. Yeah. I agree. Maybe do a 3 volume.
Yeah.
I think that would be cool. Or could you imagine week to week?
I mean, I wouldn't really mind that. I think I would be okay with that. Or maybe 2 episodes a week or something like that.
I can see that. I don't know. Luke Review says, yeah, my one problem is that there were a few too many characters. Mm-hmm. Ooh, we about to get into that. We're definitely going to get into that. But not enough interesting things for them to do. Yes.
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
Yeah, I had an exam season
mid-June, so I waited until then. I watched the episode every second day to lead up to volume 2. I did get spoiled that one was Vecna. See, yeah, that's like kind of hard. That's a bad spoiler.
Yeah, that's for sure. My man, SBC Bird in the building. What's going on, Austin? What's up, Mrs. Reacts?
Hello.
So yeah, let's get into the first thing that we're gonna talk about, other than the setup of the season. New characters. Okay, who do we have? We have Eddie. We have
a big one,
huge one.
Chrissy,
Argyle,
the basketball players. I always keep calling them
basketball players.
I don't know their names.
Yeah, me either. Isn't one of them Steve?
No.
Oh no, Steve is Steve Harrington. Come on now. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, what'd you think about these new characters that they introduced?
I feel like they introduce new characters at least once every season, and when they introduce people, they always kill those people. And I'm sorry, but I felt like a regular main character should have died this season. Just because we've had the same group forever, and then you introduce these new people, you get the audience to love them, and then you just kill them off. And it's like, what? Like, I don't know. That to me is not realistic. But I didn't really mind that Chrissy died so fast because she was just kind of like setting up everything.
She was kind of a plot device.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
But I know people were kind of like talking about her and Eddie, and it would have been kind of cool for them to like be more like friends and then see where it goes. But Eddie was like an okay character to me. Like, I think he was not like a bad character or anything. I think he was a cool character.
Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
I'm just trying to think through everything. Sometimes he was like a little much, maybe, but that was maybe just his personality too.
Okay.
I don't know.
I respectfully disagree.
Well, I feel like
I loved Eddie.
when he was, I guess it was kind of interesting to see like an outsider's perspective on everything, because he's like learning about all of this for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
But some of it was just like, all right, calm down, sir. I don't know.
No, I loved Eddie. I loved his personality. I love what he brought to the show.
Mm-hmm.
I loved what his vibe, like it just oozes off the screen. So Eddie is definitely one of my MVP.
Time with him though.
Yeah, we'll get into everything that happened with Eddie, but I don't know, man. I really liked his character in this season. I thought he brought a lot to the show. Let's see what y'all are saying. What did y'all think about the new characters? Let us know in the comments.
Jace. Oh, okay.
Tasty Pie's my dude.
Oh yeah, Argyle.
Argyle.
Argyle was like, he was just kind of there.
He was
to me
just kind of there, and that character or that actor does a lot of like teenage, like he plays like the teenage stoner. Like I seen him in Booksmart and Never Have I Ever, and he plays like that same character every time.
Yeah.
Jason was the Henry Bowers stand-in. Eddie is my favorite. Eddie was dope. I loved Eddie.
I mean,
Enzo, Enzo cool. And Yuri. We got introduced to those characters too. What'd you think about those characters?
I guess, don't even know.
Exactly. That's exactly how I feel.
They were fine.
Enzo and Yuri. I felt like Yuri was the one that was a little much for me. I was just like, is he supposed to be like funny, or like do people actually think he's funny?
Yeah.
He was just like over the top, and just I was already not really feeling the Russia stuff that much anyway.
Mm-hmm.
There were definitely some elements of the Russia plot line that I enjoyed though. Especially that the finale. That it kind of made a lot of it worth it for me. The finale in Russia. But yeah, Enzo and Yuri were just kind of characters I definitely wouldn't have cared if they.
I guess one of the main characters that they introduced this season who had the most impact was Eddie. And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the only one who really made like a real impact.
That's true.
And yeah, I enjoyed him, but it wasn't like he's like my favorite character. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I loved Eddie. Had one of the best moments in the show.
Well, like the final episode with like the metal solo. That was cool.
Ooh, I was turning up. Had a smile on my face. Stacey, I was watching that scene with him, playing guitar in the Upside Down. I was just smiling the whole time. She looked over. This made you smile? That's what she said. That made you smile. I said, yeah, it made me smile.
It felt like
it was dope.
It felt like a School of Rock.
It was dope. She said Enzo was all right.
Yeah, that's how I feel too.
Definitely.
And I mean, like the basketball players, they were just kind of there too. It was like angry townspeople vibes. Nothing really like outstanding with them.
Right.
I'm trying to think if there was anybody else like introduced, really. Not like main character level.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
But all the actors did a good job, I would say. I would say like all the new people did a pretty good job with their characters.
I'm trying to think. I think I can agree to that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was Yuri's acting or if it was his personality in the show, how he was written. I just did not like that character very much.
Yeah.
That was like the only character I can think of. Okay, moving on. Speaking of, these characters, these new characters, I want to talk about pretty much all the characters, how they were split up, and how the, season was actually structured within the storyline. So we got, I'm going to try to think of all the characters.
So let's do the Hawkins people first.
Hawkins people.
We have Nancy.
Robin.
Steve.
Eddie.
Lucas, Eddie. Well, Lucas is kind of with the other group for a little bit too, though. And let's not get confused.
I guess.
Max.
Yeah.
Erica.
Mm-hmm. So that's probably that's the biggest group.
Biggest group.
And that's the group that is the most impactful for the season. Yeah. And the most interesting group for the season, for me at least.
Dustin too.
And Dustin, yes.
And then we have the California group. So that was Will, Jonathan, Argyle, and I guess 11.
11 had her own journey, and then she, got with the California group.
And what's Finn Wolfhard's character?
Oh, Mike.
Mike
too. How could we forget Mike?
He was there too. Their group was just kind of there to me. Like, not anything like, okay, the shootout scene was interesting. That was cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really,
so
really everything else to do with them was just
kind of there.
It kind of was.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously the 11 was kind of separated from them from a little bit.
Yeah, she was with them, at the beginning, and then she left, and then she came back with them. Yeah. It was like this whole thing with that. But 11's, what did you think about 11's journey when she broke off with the California group, from the California group? With Papa, and did you expect to see Papa in this season going in?
No, because I thought he was dead.
I think everybody thought he was dead because they led us to believe he was dead.
Yeah, so at first it was just kind of like a little confusing of what they were trying to do with, like, basically they were showing her memories.
Yeah, so she can unlock
her powers abilities again.
That took
and
a
so
very
basically
long time.
You're thinking that she killed all these people. Didn't turn out she killed all those people.
Plot twist.
Yeah.
Plot twist.
It was kind of interesting to see her in school at the beginning and like kind of getting picked on and her standing up for herself without her powers. That was kind of interesting. But like, yeah, it was kind of, her character obviously is powerful, but like this season wasn't like her standout moment, I would guess.
What season do you feel like it was her standout? Season 2, maybe?
Maybe.
I
mean, because most of this season she didn't have her powers until the end.
Right. Until probably
it was just kind of like, all right, it's kind of cool to see her as like a normal person, I guess. But you're also like, all right, let's get this moving and figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the last group was the Russian group, and they were
Hopper, Joyce, Murray. How do you feel about Murray?
I don't really care about Murray either way. I know he's supposed to be like kind of comedic relief,
like a comic relief,
and like that's fine. But I feel like we already have characters like that. So how many comic reliefs do we need in one show? I guess he is helpful because he does speak Russian, so
he's more helpful than Argyle.
Yeah.
Well, Argyle didn't figure out how to,
do the
get 11.
Salt
yeah, the salt.
I mean, they could have figured that out by themselves, like they've done in the past. But it is what it is.
That's true. Let's see. Oh, one Henry Vecna, of course. Yes.
Yes.
Ranking the plot lines: Hawkins gang. Number 1, and the rest was equally interesting / uninteresting. Yes, I can.
They're all like, obviously the Hawkins.
I can. Oh yeah, the Hawkins. Yeah. The Hawkins stuff is above everything. I might agree that everything else was kind of like on the same playing field.
Yeah, like sometimes it would be more interesting than other times. So like one episode you might be really interested in what's going on with the Californian people, but then the next episode you might be really interested in what's going on with the Russian people. So it was kind of just like, but your interest was always going to be the Hawkins people.
Right.
So
my fingers like arrows, my arms like iron, my feet like spears.
Yeah.
Murray quote.
That was just okay.
So yeah, that's how the characters were split up, and the Hawkins gang, they ruled this season. Okay, let's talk about the villains. Let's talk about Papa first, because that's the We can get that out of the way.
Papa.
I don't love how they brought this character back.
Yeah.
I don't love that. I wish it was a different character. I think it was just kind of cheap that they reused this character. I don't know. I didn't love that about it. But since they did use him, I think he's definitely a great actor. He's a good actor, and he conveyed the role very well.
I just don't know if he was necessary.
He wasn't
at all.
For me, he wasn't.
Yeah. So he's just kind of like weak, really, to me.
Yeah. I'm like, why are we? What are we doing here? That's kind of how I felt about Papa.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's just move on to Vecna now because that's the more interesting villain here.
Henry Vecna
won.
At the beginning, I was kind of like this nurse orderly. I was like, what is his like motive to like really help 11? And I was just kind of like, that's kind of interesting. I'm gonna keep my eye on him. But then as it was going on, I was like, why do I feel like he has powers and he's been like suppressed or something? I just started to get a vibe. And then they started putting it together. I was like, oh, okay.
Did you predict that he was one before they revealed it?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Okay.
I figured out that before I figured out he was Vecna. Because that's like, they were kind of, he was like, oh yeah, one, and he was talking about it. I was like, well, how does he know? He's probably one.
Yeah, he might. He a little too close to the situation.
So I kind of put that together, but I didn't put together that he was Vecna until
I don't know if, what. So what?
They were starting to talk about like the kid with powers who killed his family or whatever. And
you're like, okay,
Henry, so
Henry.
I was like, oh, maybe this is all connected.
Right.
Yeah.
I did not see the Vecna twist coming. Yeah. I did not see that coming. I was very shocked. I was like, oh, so he's Vecna? That's what I said. And I loved that they kind of kept it under wraps, and it genuinely shocked me. So it takes kind of a lot to shock me. And that was a twist that definitely did.
I think he's a good villain.
Yeah,
overall.
I was going to ask you how you think he is as a villain overall.
Yeah, I think he's a pretty good villain. Like the way he like, I don't fully understand how he like does what he does with like the eyes and the limbs and stuff, but
I don't think they ever really go into that.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter. But is scary. Like obviously that's terrifying when that happens.
It got really dark this season.
And I was kind of surprised that he hadn't already killed 4 people by the end of the season. Like, I feel like the first 3 deaths happened pretty close together, but I don't know what was going on with that.
Yeah, the whole thing with the gates.
Yeah.
It's a little confusing for me because I don't know exactly how that works. How do the deaths, how are they? How does the gates open after the deaths? Like, what contributes to that? I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's just, I'm like, whatever. That's cool. whatever happens here is cool. Let's see, Benji, what's going on, my brother? The kid being one and being Vecna was a good twist. Great twist. Yeah. Great twist. Vecna feels very Pennywise, it influence, feeding on the fears and trapping you with his powers. The red dimension stuff felt pulled straight from a Stephen King book. Yeah, I could see that. Also, I feel like you can compare him to Freddy.
Yes.
In some ways, for sure. Feeding on fear and things like that.
And Vecna is ugly too, so it's kind of scary.
Vecna is, he's gross looking. But the prosthetics, though, look great. Then all the, practical effects with him look really good. So that's what's up. And speaking of that's our next, segment. Visuals and special effects. How'd you feel about the visuals and special effects this season?
Some of it felt like a little much. Like when they revealed the one tattoo, like with the slither back, I was like, that looked a little cheesy. I felt like they could have done that a little bit better. But with when they're in the upside down, I feel like that looks really good. Like they do a lot of work in the upside down to make it look pretty good. I feel like where they struggle with is like the moving parts. So like the bats, for instance, but like the Demogorgon dogs and stuff, they all look pretty good, like really high quality.
I feel like all of they've always looked pretty good.
Yeah, but I don't know, something about there's sometimes it can feel like a little bit cheesy, but like all the people like lifting in the air and then their bones breaking, I felt like that looked pretty good for the most part. So yeah, I feel like they did a pretty good job.
Yep. Vecna built like the Grinch.
Yeah, his body shape, I was like, this is a little weird.
Facts. Stranger Things visuals always on points, mixed with practical and digital. Yeah, I think for the most part it looked really good. Yeah. There were spots that kind of looked a little funny, but I think this is one of the best seasons as far as visuals are concerned. When we were in the Upside Down, sometimes it was a little dark. I think they kind of had issues with lighting a little bit, that for me anyway, but I felt like the lighting could have been a little bit better in the Upside Down, but other than that it looked great.
Yeah.
So I put this on here, overall story. I kind of want to just get into the finale, what we thought about where we're going, what we got in the finale, where we're going in season 5, things like that. So, as far as the finale is concerned, we got something that we almost got something that I really wanted for this season, and it was to kill off one of our main characters, so it feels like there's stakes in this series.
Yeah.
They were so close to doing that. They even did it for a split second. Max she had all her bones broken, pretty much, well, her limbs or whatever. She was pretty much dead. She died.
And Nancy, Steve, and Robin were all getting choked out.
That's true. They were getting choked out for like 50 minutes.
I was like, how are they still alive?
Yeah, but yeah,
I feel like if you kill like a main character, like sometimes that like furthers the group.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think if he would have killed Max, that would have been the perfect way to show that there are stakes in this show.
Yeah.
But
the ending with Max is a little ambiguous, because remember at the end they showed 11 in the, what is that place called, where she's like in the dark with the water, and she couldn't find Max anywhere. So it's
I think after that they actually went to the hospital though and saw her.
Yeah. And
she was in a coma. So she's still alive.
No, that they showed that at the very end though.
Oh, I couldn't remember which ones, what happened, but
yeah. The overall story, I feel like it was pretty well developed for this season, because we didn't really know what to expect this season, I guess.
Yeah, we didn't.
And so it was kind of interesting. I knew it was going to be kind of like mysterious, because they kept showing like this house, and I was like, oh, I'm getting kind of like Scooby-Doo vibes.
Yeah.
So I was kind of interested in to see what's going to happen. I really liked the story of the season. I felt like we were getting more into like what the Upside Down is, how it was created, all of that. So that was really interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of ready to see more, I guess.
Yeah. So, did you think Vecna was dead when he was caught on fire, flambéed, and they kicked him out of the window, or shot him out of the window?
At first, I did, but then I was like, would he die so easily?
Yeah, that was too easy. That wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
So they went, and I said it as soon as that happened. I said they're gonna go downstairs. He's gonna be gone.
He's gonna be gone.
I've just seen that happen so many times. Somebody gets kicked out of a window, then everybody goes downstairs to see the body.
That's like a horror movie.
That's like a horror trope, kind of. So yeah, Vecna's not dead. which I didn't quite expect him to be. I think that would have been kind of like cheap if they would have killed him, especially you preparing for it pretty much the whole series. Even in the finale, they were preparing for it a lot. And then, just for him to die, during one battle, but, and I don't know. I just think that would have been too easy. It would have been too cheap for this big bad. Like, he's probably the, biggest villain that we've ever had in this show.
Yeah.
So I think we definitely need more of him. And I'm glad they didn't kill him off. But yeah, the gates are open now. So we're gonna see the upside down seeping in.
No, the one above that. Yep.
See the upside down seeping into our world. Luke Review says, I enjoyed the finale. Thought it wrapped up everything for the season quite well. The Max thing, I think they should have. But also, I love Max, so I'm glad that she's not fully gone.
Well, they were really hinting at Steve dying too. They kept having him talk about his future. So I was like, I really thought a main character was gonna die.
Yeah, I think they focused on a lot of people like that because they were doing that to Hopper too.
Yeah.
But that would be really dumb if they alluded to Hopper dying last finale and this finale. Like, I don't know. That's a little too much for that one character. But yeah, I was actually, before we watched the finale, I was talking to Stacey. I was telling her I was asking her which character would you not mind, see die in this finale. And somebody that I was like, I want to live is Max. But, the fact that Max, almost died, I feel like they could have just done it. I would have been okay with it. I would have been sad because I really like Max. But
obviously I don't want a character to die, but I just feel like
no, I do want a character to die.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, we like these characters, but I feel like it's not realistic that the whole main cast is still here.
Too many characters in this show. They just try to give them things to do. Like Luke was saying, and I feel like Joyce, I don't want her to die, but like I feel like ever since season 1 and 2, it just feels like she has nothing to do.
That's why they sent her to Russia.
They sent her to Russia, and she still didn't. I mean, it was just like, yo, what are we doing with this character? Joyce feels so useless sometimes. Oh, one thing I want to say is Nancy had a come up in this season. I think I was not feeling Nancy after really any of the seasons. Like when I watched season 1 for the first time, I liked Nancy. But once I rewatched it and watched season 2 and 3, I just don't like Nancy. In this season, especially the finale, she had a come up. I thought her character was really awesome in the finale.
She really took the lead.
She did. Yeah. She did. Oh, I want to ask you also. We didn't talk about this off screen, but how they handle Will's sexuality and things like that. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that?
Well, I just kept they kept hinting about it, and I was just like, just say it. I mean, I don't know. I feel like they maybe want to turn that into a bigger thing, maybe in season 5, but there were a lot of things in the show where I was just like, just say it. Like Nancy and Steve. I'm like, just get back together. At this point,
Nancy has a boyfriend, so
boyfriend schmoyfriend. You obviously have feelings for each other. Also, Robin having a crush on Anne with an E. Yeah, I don't know that character's name.
I don't. Oh, Vicky.
Vicky. Just come on. Let's we beating around the bush with things.
Yeah. I think since there was so much time on our hands this season, they wanted to, drag things out a little bit more than they should have.
I can see that. But I mean, I feel like overall, there were fun moments in the season, and it was also gave us time to see different things that we normally wouldn't have seen. Mm-hmm. So, there was a good mix of stuff, but yeah, there were some things where I was just like, all right, let's kind of move it a little bit faster.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. And I felt the same way. The season 5 body count it's gonna be big Game of Thrones
I don't
style.
think
You
they
think
will.
so?
I don't think so. I feel like the fans are too invested. So if they just start killing everybody off, then they'll be upset. That's why they should have been doing it gradually
They should
every
have been doing it
season and start
gradually.
killing side characters. Barb, Bob, Billy, Eddie. I'm like, okay, y'all have all B names. Until Eddie.
Yeah. Eddie, that death, it didn't impact me.
I feel like that was one of the more so impactful ones recently, I guess. Because he was there the whole season. So with the other characters, they weren't really. Well, I guess Billy was there the whole season, but we didn't like Billy.
Billy was a villain, kind of.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see how it ends.
I think that
Whenever
the
it comes
story
out.
structure for these is pretty similar for every season, but I think that why we love it is because the formula is so good. Every season ends with 11 yelling at a villain. Yeah. I've seen people say that season 5 villain is going to be some sort of dragon, Dungeons and Dragons. That would be dope. Vecna's final form, maybe. Netflix is going to pump all their resources into season 5. Please do.
I feel like it's probably going to be the same length of episodes too. So like it will still, they'll probably have it be like those hour plus.
It's probably going to be the same.
episodes,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's probably going to be the same like that. After Steve's convo about the future with Nancy, I was preparing myself for the worst.
Yeah.
It really seemed like he was gonna die. The way that they were, that they maybe he'll die in season 5.
We'll see.
I don't know.
I mean, he has had a lot of character growth, and I really like that. And he even pointed that he's like, I wish somebody gave me a kick before I dated Nancy.
Yeah, because maybe we could have still been a thing.
Could have been a thing.
Yeah.
I feel like she's gonna break up with Jonathan anyway. They've been absent from each other, not really vibing. We got that in the last episode too.
Jonathan is kind of plain.
Jonathan's very plain.
Kind of vanilla.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like, why are you around still? I'm sorry.
That's so.
Who's your favorite character?
My favorite character of all?
Yeah.
Guess I haven't really thought about it. Not Mike. Mike might be one of my least favorite characters. Mike was kind of
like playing this season too.
Mike is a trash friend though. Mike ever since season, I'm gonna say 2, maybe 3. 3, he just treats Will so like he's nothing, and then they kind of like made up a little bit on the road trip, but.
Will was holding his hand though, and being like, "This is what you need to tell 11." Being like a relationship counselor. I was like, "This is not right."
Yeah, he was like, he should have been like, "Mike, I'm in love with you." Basically, that's what it felt like he was about to say, but they just didn't do it. Favorite characters: number 1, Steve; 2, Max; 3, Robin.
Okay. Solid list.
I feel like Robin changed her character, or her character was written a lot differently than in season 3. I just felt like she was just a lot quirkier, a lot more talkative, a lot socially awkward.
Yeah.
But I did like the whole thing with Nancy and Robin when they went to
when they were like
see Robert Englund
up together.
Yeah, I like that bond that they had. So
Will can do
Will
better.
Can do better. Will can do so much better than freaking Mike. Mike is so annoying to me. I don't really like Mike. What'd you think about when 11 was, in the astral plane or whatever, and fighting Vecna, and she was, caught by Vecna, and Mike was talking to her and was like, "I love you, and I'm always gonna love you, and you gotta fight." And what do you think about that?
I just felt like that was a little much. Also, Will was the one telling him to say all that stuff. Shouldn't you feel that you need to say that without your friend being like, "Bro, you gotta tell her how you feel"?
Facts.
I don't know. I was just kind of like annoyed with that. I was just like, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of my favorite character. I like Max a lot. She's kind of sassy. I love a sassy gal. Yeah. Steve's fun.
Might have to say Steve.
Yeah.
Might have to say Steve, especially since season 1, because season 1 he was a jerk. Season 2, they kind of like changed his character completely.
Yeah, character
growth, character development. So, yeah. Trying to think, did we hit all the points that we wanted to hit?
I don't know.
Eddie playing guitar in the Upside Down, bro. That was kind of the highlight of the season for me. That was one of the most awesome. Oh, we didn't talk about Hopper and with Joyce. The sword. No, well, we didn't talk about Hopper and Joyce, but Hopper and the sword, yo.
That was cool.
I said, oh.
But I was like, where did this sword
It was some
from?
random sword just laying on the ground. I said, I don't care where it came from. Let's go.
There was one thing they kept bringing up, his weight after he came back. I felt like that was a little weird. They were like,
how he
lost all that weight. I was like, this is weird. Why you guys?
I mean, he did lose weight.
I know, but it's like, why are you guys focusing so hard on that? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought that was a little weird. But him and Joyce finally getting together, I was like, all right, about time.
I heard that kiss was improvised.
I didn't hear that.
I read that. Maybe that's fake. Maybe that's not real. It might have been written.
I feel like they probably don't improvise a lot on Stranger Things. I feel like it's probably a very like strict script.
That's how I feel too.
Yeah.
But when I read that, I was like, really?
Maybe like falling or something.
And
I also kind of like fell while they were kissing.
I also read that when Lucas, speaking, I don't want to talk about Lucas too. When Lucas was holding Max and he was like, Erica, help. I guess that was improvised line too.
Okay, maybe
it kind of felt a little improvised too. But yo, Lucas this season was an MVP as well. So Lucas and Eddie have 2 spots for my MVP this season. Lucas is acting in the finale. Caleb McLaughlin did a phenomenal job. Strong black lead. I was digging it. So
I like how he was like, I don't care about being popular. Like, I should have just stuck with my friends.
Right.
Like,
he's like, I wanted to be like you, but I realized that you trash.
Right.
Basically.
You should already realize that, but it's okay. You're realizing it now. I also like how he pushed Max to open up to him too. Be like, you can talk to me about what's going on. Even if we're not together, we can still like talk and be friends. I liked that too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Lucas and Eddie, man, those are my 2 MVPs for this season. Alex Thomas, what's going on? I love that Joyce and Hopper finally got together.
Yes.
Me too. It was a long time coming. Do you think Max should have stayed dead? Yes, I definitely do. Max Sadie is the MVP for the season.
Yeah,
she did great. She did great. Max is my MVP next to Eddie.
Yeah.
Yes. Caleb went off in volume 2.
I feel like the kids are getting better with their acting too.
They are.
So this was really his chance to shine because he hasn't really had a moment to shine in the previous seasons. Not as much
in this season.
Yeah. So it was really cool to see him like be like the lead as far as that.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, did we miss anything?
We probably missed a whole lot of stuff.
I don't know.
But there also was a lot going on, so it's just kind of like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, if we missed anything that you guys wanted us to talk about as far as season 4 of Stranger Things, let us know in the comments. We'll leave the chat open for a little while. While we're waiting, season 5 predictions or expectations.
Oof. Oh man, predictions.
Because so where we left off is like the gates are open, they're all connected, and we're gonna see the upside down seeping into our world. What do you think is gonna happen? What do you think we gotta close the gates? What do you think?
Yeah, I think they will close the gates. I think there will have to be a whole lot of sacrifices to do so.
I hope so.
I also have a feeling that the parents of the kids might be involved in helping them close the gates, maybe. That would be kind of interesting to me. Like, I know they always kind of like show like Nancy and Mike's mom. Like, it would be
Karen.
kind of cool if she like helped them like close the gates, or maybe even some of the other parents. No new characters. We don't need any new characters. AJ wants to bring back Callie from season 2.
I want them to bring back the lost sister. Okay, listen.
Maybe they should bring back all the kids. The numbered kids who aren't dead.
Yeah, maybe. I think pretty much they're all dead though. But anyway, I know y'all don't like the lost sister, but I do, and I want them to bring Callie back for some type of Callie and Elle team up. That would be so dope.
Yeah,
I would love that.
Any other predictions?
I think there are going to be deaths in season 5, some major deaths, which, like you said, I think they should have done it more gradual. But I think now that they have so many characters that they can kill off, I think they're actually going to do it in season 5. I hope so. That's my expectation. Duffer Brothers said that, and the cast they got to shut up about the reveal of the season finale.
I haven't really seen them saying anything, but I'm not online.
Yeah,
we like that. So
my rankings for the seasons is 1 is
3. 1 is better than 3. 4 is better than 2.
Okay.
In that order, 1, 3, 4, 2. I'm guessing
3 and 4 are equal.
I don't know his math.
That was that's a lot, bro. That's a lot.
Truly can't decide between 3 and 4. I'll tell you when I rewatch them for season 5.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fair enough.
I guess that makes sense.
I like season. Okay, this is gonna be my ranking. I don't know if you'll be able to do a ranking because you didn't rewatch it.
I didn't rewatch it.
Yeah, so I rewatched them. My ranking is from worst to best 3, 1. No, 3. I'm thinking of 4 now. Where's 4 placed in my ranking? 3, 2, 1, and 4.
I don't know.
3, 2, 1, and 4. Do you think Steve will finally die and Argyle will make another tasty pie, my dudes? I hope Argyle dies.
Argyle just needs to go back to California.
Yeah,
live
for
his
sure.
Best life.
For sure. We don't need Argyle in season 5 at all.
Season 5 prediction maybe that they have a time jump, so the kids are older, maybe, and
you want us to get this season in 2026? 2027.
No. It really should come out like within the next 2 years, ideally.
Yeah, that's probably what they're gonna do. They always take their time.
2024.
I know this one took a little bit longer because of COVID and all that, but I feel like it's always a long break for Stranger Things. But
yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
No more bad haircuts. We need everybody to have a glow up.
Yes, I agree. You think season 5 could be in the 90s?
I don't know, because this last season was 86.
Yeah, you think they could do a time jump 4 years?
Maybe.
1990?
Maybe, because I feel like some of the parents would probably want to move. They'd be like,
"That's true.
We're tired of Hawkins. We gotta get out of here."
Well, everybody was evacuating.
Older, they're like, "We gotta go back. We gotta fix this." I don't know.
I don't know either. Optimist in me says summer 2024.
And he also said if they do a time jump, all of Indiana will be upside down. Not where we live. Oh man. Who knows?
I think we're going to wrap up the discussion. It's been an awesome time talking to you guys. If you guys are catching it on a replay, make sure you like, subscribe. If you're into, content like this, stay tuned. I have more things planned, more content planned for you guys. And I think we're out of this one. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.